Hey YouTube, AB Figs here. Welcome to episode 12 of Mania. Today we've got one package and it is from Toys R Us. Now, for people in New Zealand, you might be confused if you're aware that Toys R Us no longer ships to New Zealand, but that is why I used a website called UShop. It is, I think they team up with New Zealand Post and they make it able for you to order stuff internationally that would only be available domestically. So that's what I've done here, and it's taken a little while to arrive, understandably, because it's had to get to the UShop warehouse in America, and then it had to get from there over to here. And it's the Christmas season, so there's a lot more packages than usual. So let's just start opening it. And I'm wearing my Undertaker shirt today. Ooh, it's a bigger box than usual. I want to get this open quick. Well, I do understand that when it got to the UShop warehouse, they repacked it so it could fit in a smaller box and it would be cheaper to ship. Here we go. Let's have a look. What do we have here? What's this? It is the new Toys R Us exclusive WWE Network Spotlight Series Undertaker 5-pack. Now, I do have some of these figures already, but there's a must get, because Undertaker, if you guys didn't know, is my favourite superstar of all time. Even though I have some of these already, I had to get it. But I do understand that some of these are different to the originals in a way. I'll show you guys what I mean in a minute. But I'm just so glad to have this. Yeah, I wasn't going to pay the scalper prices on eBay for this. And I ordered it from Toys R Us during their Black Friday sale. That's how long it has taken to get here. So I think it was $30 US, down from 50, and I paid, I think, an additional $23 for shipping to get it out here. So I've paid only just over what it would cost at US retail for this, which is amazing for a New Zealand collector, because it's usually a lot more to get stuff out here. So I'm very stoked to have this. I want to give you guys a closer look at this thing and maybe give some comparisons to some of my other Undertaker figures. I'd just like to take a second to admire the packaging on this. I love the packaging on this. It says Undertaker in that cool font we've seen in the past. And at the top, the same thing with these cool purple smoke designs. And on the side, look at that, there's him, and down here it says thank you Taker, and it's the same on the other side. And on the back, this is awesome as well. There are the pictures of that represent each of the time periods of the figures. This, of course, I'll see if I can get it in better focus if I can. Just the best focus possible. 1990, that's a cool picture. 1994, but I can't help but notice he has, if you can see there, he has a full tattoo sleeve, whereas on the figure is like a half sleeve. So I think that's the most accurate picture they could find for that, but that's alright. 1998, this is obviously photoshopped. This may have even been in the same photo shoot as that, but they've photoshopped the 1998 gear onto this one. We've got 2014. This is another one that's photoshopped, because I have a few other figures that have the same picture but a different hairstyle or different goatee or whatever. I think the original picture was when he had long hair, and they photoshopped it down very well. And 2016, I believe this is a picture from like 2005 or something. But Still really cool. I love the back of this, all coffin shaped. Very, very cool. Now, I'm going to go through each figure individually. I want to just go through them quickly and not take much of your time. So first we'll look at this. Here we have what they are saying is the 1990 version of Undertaker. We're looking at the head. It's the same head sculpt they've used for both the WrestleMania 31 Heritage Elite figure that came out a few years ago and the Entrance Greats figure from 2010. All three figures had different paint on the head. This one is an improvement from the WrestleMania 31 Elite figure, in my opinion, but still not a touch on the Entrance Greats. But I think it's still a step in the right direction. I think this may be like a combination between the Entrance Greats and the WrestleMania 31 paint. I still think it looks really good, though. Looks a lot like him. He's got his shirt with the cut-off sleeves. The gloves, these gloves actually indicate that this figure is not from 1990, because in 1990, Undertaker had black gloves. So this realistically would be from 1991 onwards, but that's still alright. And going down here's the grey boot covers, which are accurate. Now looking at the 1994 version, this isn't very different to this one, but this has the long black hair with the black goatee, nice little makeup around the eyes, and this one he has some tattoos on the forearms. That's very cool how they got a figure that has him like in between having the full sleeve and none. He has the purple gloves as opposed to the grey gloves, and he has the purple boot covers. Oh, and I'd just like to add this one, if it isn't exactly the same, then it's very similar to the SummerSlam Heritage series that came out back in 2014, when he went up against fake Undertaker. Now looking at the 1998 version, this again, very similar to the SummerSlam Heritage series that came out in 2016, except this one has a different head. It is a head that Mattel have used a lot for Undertaker figures, for more modern Undertaker figures, but they've had a go at using it on a more classic Undertaker. And I think it looks alright, it's something different, but I really do think it would be better if they made a new head, or slightly modified the Defining Moments Series 4 Undertaker head. That's the Defining Moments figure that came out back in 2011, I think. This one, here's the nice moulding on the shirt, I do like that. One thing that I'd like to note is this figure should have 2 elbow pads, as in this time in his career, he always had 2 elbow pads on. So that's something that I would improve if I could. He has the black gloves, and note that this figure doesn't have a chokeslam hand like all these other ones do. The real open hand. This one is slightly open, this one is just a fist. But he has the full tattoo sleeves on this one. He has the tights with... Oh, I don't think you can see it in the packaging. Yeah, you can't see the designs on the side of the tights. And he has the laced boots, which are also inaccurate. He should have just the kick pads with no laces on them. But Mattel don't seem to have a mold for this, so they just went with the easy option. From 1998, we jump all the way to 2014, 16 years later, for this version of Undertaker with the mohawk and the black goatee. One thing about this head sculpt that should be improved is the lack of eyeliner. All these other Undertaker figures have eye makeup, except this one for some reason. I don't know why that is. I wish they could have included that, but oh well. One thing I do like that they included is, yeah, you can't see it in this, but under the goatee, just like this one, here's the newer neck tattoo of the quote from the Bible, Psalm 27-3. He has the full arm sleeves with the tattoos. He has an elbow pad. I can't remember if he wore an elbow pad with this attire or not. He has the black MMA gloves, and on the tights, these aren't the WrestleMania 30 tights, but these are the tights he wore on the weeks leading up to WrestleMania 30. They are the orange and yellow tights designs, which he wore at WrestleMania 29. But I do like that they're giving us something different, as he did wear this in 2014. Just something different. We haven't gotten this figure exactly, so I think it's very cool. And to close it all off, he has the black boots. The final figure of the set is from 2016, his WrestleMania 32 attire. As you can see, compared to that one, this one has longer hair as he grew it out. He has the dark goatee, which I don't really agree with, because his goatee was not this dark at all at WrestleMania 32, but I do like they added the eyeliner in there, unlike that one. He has, again, same as that one, as I mentioned earlier, he has all of his neck tattoos, which is great. He has the tattoos again. He has the elbow pad, the MMA gloves, and on this one, unlike all these, this one has the pants, the silver belt buckle, and these pants are brown, which it should be black or really dark grey, but at least it's a different colour to the singlet, so it doesn't look like the singlet and the pants are attached. On the side of the pants, if you can see, he has studs, silver studs going all the way up. This is the same on both sides, but unfortunately I can't really show you on this side on the camera. But something that does let me down with this is that it is the exact same figure that they released about 6 months ago in Basic Series 71. So now I have two of this figure, unfortunately. Oh, one other thing. For some reason this has weird quality control issues. There's just patch of green on his forehead, if you guys can see that there. That is very odd, but I guess you could. This figure could also pass as a 2004, 2005 Undertaker if you ignore the neck tattoos and the studs down the pants. I think this would be more appropriate as 2004, looking at the darker goatee and all that. But overall, this is a very cool set. Now to my final thoughts on the set. Do I recommend it to you guys? Well, if you are a very big Undertaker fan, and you may have some of these figures already, I do recommend it because it's a must-have for all Undertaker fans. Just the packaging alone and just the whole concept, really cool. But if you're not really an Undertaker fan, but you still would like to have different era Undertaker figures, then yeah, I do recommend it. But if you have all these figures already and you're not much of a fan, nah, I don't really see the point in it, to be honest. But now is where I get critical. As a big Undertaker fan, I am a bit let down by the with jump 16 years in between these two figures, because it was in between this time, in between 1998 and 2014, where I believe he had the best matches in his career, and yeah, even the picture on the side of the box, there is no figure of him like that in this, unfortunately. I think they should have had either this as a 2004 version instead, or take out maybe the 1994 version because it's kind of similar to that, and put in either a Big Evil version, or if that does not go along with this theme of the Dead Man figures, put in maybe a 2007 to 2010 era Undertaker, because I think that's just necessary just to get as many looks as you can, as many time periods, because this golden era, new generation era, attitude era, but in this little gap here, there is no ruthless aggression era figure, but over here we have two of the same era or similar eras. So either, if I had the choice, I would have either taken out the 1994 attire or one of these two to put in maybe a 2007 to 2010 attire in. But overall, very, very cool set. So that's going to be it for today's episode of Mania. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this 5-pack. Do you think it's cool that they've included 5 different figures of the same wrestler in one set? Or do you reckon they should just stick to doing 5 different wrestlers? This is the first time, the first time since the Rey Mysterio pack years ago. The second time ever that they've done this. So I personally think it's pretty cool. Although there are the little things that I may have issues with. But I kind of have the urge to open this up and repack it with the Elite versions of these. What do you guys think? The only thing that would be keeping me from doing it is the fact that on the side it's sealed with glue, so I don't know how I'd open it without ripping anything. So yeah, I'd definitely be open to doing this if I could do it without damaging it in any way, because I'd love to satisfy myself even more than with what's in here right now, because as I said before, there are those little things that they could have fixed. But yeah, oh, and also check it out in the card up there. I have a playlist of all the videos I've done on my channel that have something to do with Undertaker. My personal favorite is the 52nd birthday tribute that I did earlier this year, where I did a little version of his song on the piano and all that. So yeah, this will probably be the last video before Christmas, so I just like to wish you all Merry Christmas, and I'll see you all after then. Thank you for watching, and subscribe.